What's going on, everybody? It is Plays and Parlays here. It is NFL Divisional Round weekend. We got 4 games coming up for you. A couple upsets happened last week. We weren't, pretty surprised that we saw those upsets. We got a lot of, crazy lines coming up for you. A lot of, teams getting a lot of points. The away teams, the underdogs here. So let's jump right into the slate.
All right, let's start off with this first game. We got the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. Line sitting at -7, over under 44.5.
I mean, I'm liking the Vikings here. I think they're coming off a hot week versus the Saints. So, I mean, +7. I think I'm going to have to go with Kirk Cousins here. I mean, Thielen looked good. Cook looked decent. And, I mean, on the other side of 49ers, Garoppolo, I mean, first time really in the playoffs.
Wait, so you're taking a money line?
No,
I'm taking him with the points.
I'm taking him with the points, +7. But, I mean, like I was saying, Garoppolo, first time in the playoffs. Realistically, first big game of his career. I mean, obviously, San Fran was easily in the playoffs, so there's no end of the year, like, for seeding or whatever. So, like, it is his first game. So, I mean, it's going to be a fun game to watch.
I like the Vikings here +7 also. I wouldn't take that money line. They're just not as good as I think everyone thinks they are right now. I know they're hot, but also the 49ers are a really good team, but I just think +7 is pretty big for a game that's going to be probably be one in the trenches, and I think Dalvin Cook is the difference maker here.
Dalvin Cook really was the difference maker against the Saints. I was really impressed with the Vikings. I thought the Saints were going to go to the Super Bowl, and they just basically outplayed them here. I'm going to go with everybody else and take the +7 here. It's just too many points.
Yeah, it is. Cook had, 28 carries last week?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they really did rely on him.
Word for it, they said they were going to unleash Dalvin Cook. So,
and which they should. I mean, he's healthy. Well,
I think he was healthy, and they were just not
saving him.
Yeah, saving him for that game.
Yeah.
Let him roll. I think 49ers have some questions to be answered in that backfield. There's a lot of people who are splitting carries back there.
They got a good defense, though.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think it's definitely going to be the over. I think I'm going to take the over here.
I like the over as well.
I like the over here.
Yeah, so we got similar picks on this one. I mean, we're all taking Vikings +7. We're all going to the over.
Next game here, very exciting game. Hopefully, I mean, Tennessee is coming off one of the biggest wins in the last 5-6 years of the franchise. Always going 9-7. You really can't count them out though. They're just so well balanced team. The defense is playing great. Henry's going insane. But I mean, on the other side, you got the Ravens. So Ravens, hottest team in the NFL. They've been the best team in the NFL. What are you guys thinking?
I like Baltimore here, honestly.
With the 10?
Even with the 10, the Titans should have blown out the Patriots. I didn't get to watch all of the game, but for what I watched, neither team really looked that good. Tannehill didn't play well. It was basically all Derrick Henry, and unless the Tennessee defense has an answer for Lamar Jackson and Brown and Mark Ingram, they're just going to score at will, and it's just going to get out of hand early.
Everybody's going to want to see Baltimore versus the Chiefs next week. I mean, that's a given. Everybody wants to see Lamar versus Mahomes.
Yep.
So, I mean, everybody's going to be betting heavy on Baltimore this week. It is kind of a given for Baltimore to win the game. But, I mean, Titans +10, I mean, look what they did with New England. It wasn't a blowout, I mean, but they still beat the Patriots.
Very well coached game.
Yeah.
Very in control.
And, I mean, the Patriots, I mean, returning, they're a big deal. I mean, Tom Brady's old. Their offense, they don't have that many weapons. It's still the Patriots.
Beat them in Foxborough.
And Henry, I mean, he was looking good. So I'm definitely going to take the Titans here +10. I just think it's too many points. I can see this being a blowout if Baltimore takes it. I mean, but they're coming off a week off, So it's going to take them the first quarter to get into it. Lamar, he's probably going to be hot. I mean, he's going to have to use his feet, but anything can happen in this game. But I'm definitely taking the Titans here.
Taking the Titans +10.
+10, yep.
I'm going Baltimore -10. Like I said, it is a lot of points, but I can definitely see it maybe going down a little bit. I think a lot of people are rooting for a lot of people like an underdog story. People are going to be rooting for Tennessee here. Not because they're not fans of Baltimore, but just people like an underdog story. Over under here, I definitely like the under here, but I think Baltimore is definitely just is still going to prove that they're just like the best team as of right now in the NFL, and they're just like, I think that not the Titans didn't get lucky last week. I think that the Patriots team has just been shaky. They play in a shitty division. Like, that's how it is. Like, the Patriots is like that. I mean, they're going to have a good record. They're going to make the playoffs. And, yeah, it was a good win for the Titans, but I think Baltimore is just worlds above Tennessee. I think if Derrick Henry can get going, it could be a little different, but
it's gonna.
I don't see him rushing
needs to step up
for 180.
Yeah, I don't see him rushing for a crazy number.
I mean, if they contain Lamar and make him throw the ball more,
but no one. You can say that, but no one's done that.
No, you're right, but I mean, it's playoffs, different circumstances. I mean, there's a lot more energy in it.
We haven't even touched on how good Baltimore's defense has been all year. Too.
Yeah, no, Baltimore's by far the better team here, but I mean, if they have an off game, you don't know what's gonna happen. But I think that wraps it up here. What are you going with the over/under here?
I'm going the under here.
So we all agree on the under, and then obviously there's some differences with Baltimore Titans.
I'm going high scoring game here, and definitely starting off with the over/under here. Just off the rip, I like the over here. Kansas City's playing. I just love the over.
Yeah, the line is just so high. I'm gonna go over here too. But, I mean, look what happened last week with the Vikings-Saints game. I mean, the line was sitting at 51, too. And, if they don't start hot right from the beginning, I mean, you have no shot of hitting that 51.
I mean, to be fair, every game last week didn't hit the over. Every game last week was under.
Yes. I mean, but 51, that's a lot of points. But I could see a team being in the 30s. And then I can definitely see the other team definitely being in the 20s.
If this game's gonna hit the over/under, the Texans just have to start off hot. They're a really slow team that takes a quarter and a half to really get going.
They do, yep.
So I mean, even with that being said, I'm gonna take the over here, and I like Houston plus 10. That's just too many points for a game that's gonna be close the whole entire time.
Yeah, you can't count out Watson. I mean, he's a hell of a quarterback, but Mahomes on the other side and Andy Reid, I mean, they have it down, and this definitely could be their year, especially with the Patriots out already. I mean, if Baltimore wins, that's going to be a decent game, but I think
Titans
they match
pull it
up
out.
well.
They'll be going through Arrowhead. Like, I think I like Kansas City to win the game. I can't. 10 points is a lot of points, but just like the last game, I think that this game is closer than the next game. The gap between these two teams is far less between the Titans and the Ravens.
Yeah.
I like the Texans here plus 10. I think the Chiefs win by maybe 6 or 7. Definitely not by 10, but I do expect a high-scoring affair. I think it has to do with me picking the over here. I think if the Chiefs are plus 10, you can expect the narrative to be that the Texans are going to be throwing the ball, you know. But I think if Will Fuller's back, it makes an impact for a deep threat, but also Tyreek Hill. Just deep threats, like there's going to be balls slinging down the field.
Yeah.
That's what we're expecting here. I think the fans want to see an over type game here, but I definitely like the Texans plus 10 and the over.
But the thing is, like, in regular season, like, I would take Kansas City. I probably wouldn't even hesitate. I think they can beat them by 10. But, I mean, it's playoff football. I mean, both teams are giving 110%, and it's just a different feeling when you watch these games. You know they're going to be a close game. And, I mean, 10 points, that's not going to be too close. That's going to be kind of a blowout if Kansas City blows them out. I just don't see any of these games being a huge blowout. I mean, we're in the divisional round. I think we're getting the best 8 teams left.
Yeah.
So we're going to be seeing good football this weekend. I'm just going to take Houston with the points.
Same thing for you?
Yeah,
Houston,
like I said
it's just
earlier,
too much.
plus 10 and then the over.
Yeah, just too many points.
So, Sunday night, primetime game here. We got Seattle going at Green Bay. This game is pretty exciting. I think it's going to be my favorite game to watch this weekend. I like Seattle here, plus 5. I don't think Green Bay is the greatest 13-3 team we've ever seen. I know they got, obviously they got Aaron Rodgers, but right now Russell Wilson's outplaying Aaron Rodgers. He's a freak. Metcalf is playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he did have a big
I know Lynch.
The record last week.
Lynch and Aaron Jones. The gap between them is significant as of right now. Maybe not for the careers, obviously, but right now Aaron Jones is playing better football. So the running game, I would give it to Green Bay, but like you said, that these teams are gonna be playing great defense. All playoff football. It's great defense. Everyone's playing 110%. Definitely like
5.
Yeah, I like Seattle here +5.
That's a lot of points for this game.
Yeah, I'm disagreeing with this. I was not impressed with Seattle at all.
Oh no, they shit the bed.
They looked horrible. They had a 40-year-old who was retired last year, who was coaching high school football. Josh McCollum, like he's not a bad quarterback, but he's not.
He ain't no Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
I mean, if the Eagles had Wentz in that game, I think
they might have won that. They probably would have won that game. I just think Aaron Rodgers is just a different breed in the playoffs. Like you touched on earlier, Aaron Jones is just playing out of his mind this year.
Yep.
And if they really get Devontae Adams going here early in this game, it could really get out of hand.
You're 100% right, and I mean that sounds good, but I just counting Russell Wilson out definitely in a playoff game. I mean, he's got a lot of experience in postseason play. I think no matter what, I think the Seahawks this year are playing to the level of their talent. They'll play the 49ers, and it'll be a close game. They beat them once they split with them. And then the Eagles, like you said, they should have blew them out, but they let the Eagles hang around. I mean, the Eagles were shorthanded by a lot, especially with Wentz getting injured early. And I thought the Seahawks were going to separate a little bit, but it was just a very low-scoring game, and I mean, they made plays when it came down to the wire, and they pulled it out. So I definitely do see Seattle pulling it out at the end here. And with +5, I like the +5. I don't know if I'd go money line because, like you said, Devontae Adams gets heated up. I can see Green Bay winning the game, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than +5. If it was +3, I'd be kind of flooring towards Green Bay, but +5 is just a lot of points here.
I like the over here too. Something's drifting me to the over here. It's a tricky line. I think 47 is pretty solid, but I do like the over. Obviously, not enough points to go around all weekend, especially with the Seattle and the Eagles game. Not a lot of points there. And maybe the firepower is not here on the offensive side, but it definitely could be. We've seen it at points of the season be, high-powered offense for both sides, but I definitely like the over here. It's kind of shot in the dark. You can kind of go either way here. I'm just feeling the over.
What do you think?
I like the under here.
I like the under too. Go ahead. What?
I just like the under because I don't think the Seahawks are really going to score.
I know. Watching them last week, it's hard. It's so hard to take the over here.
It's hard to even get behind them, to really root for them.
You are. You're right.
I don't want to sway anybody here, but I mean, the Packers. I mean, they're 13-3 for a reason. It's not like they've been playing bad, but they haven't been playing as well as everyone thought to be 13-3. But
no, you're right.
They're getting the job done.
Yeah, they have 13 wins, and I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot.
It's in Lambeau. It makes sense. It makes sense. Just going with Wilson here. That's my gut. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just got the spotlight on right now. Rodgers is kind of fading. Like you said, though, playoff Rodgers is a totally different breed, but Wilson, in my eyes, has the spotlight. I think he can make a win out of any circumstance he gets put in. He could be -15, and I think he could still pull a win.
So this is what we got for the weekend. Solid 4 games. We couldn't really ask for better 8 teams to be a part of our Divisional Sunday and our Saturday here. Also, college football playoff is finishing up on Monday. You can check out our picks on Twitter for that too. So also all our picks we're picking here will be updated on Twitter along with live updates of the game. So thank you guys for watching, and have fun betting this weekend.